Look what I can do. I like your floor. Let's not walk this is now. Count the come here, Ted. Come here, Ted. Dress. I found you. Is 50 years a long time? Come here, Ted. Henry should be. We can bring go to sleep. No, we can bring deal. I can't bring. We can bring go to sleep. No, we can bring deal. I can't bring. What were those words for, Mommy? I like your floor. Let's not walk this is now. Come here, Ted. Are you her? I found you. Is 50 years a long time? Come here, Ted. Henry should be. We can bring go to sleep. No, we can bring deal. I can't bring. We can bring go to sleep. No, we can bring deal. I can't bring. Stop it! Henry should be serious. I will do. Bodies will Socrates. Henry should be. Hello, David, Monica. I will do. Bodies will
Shazam! Okay. You when you're running a show and then you do some stuff and then it's not so perfect and you just like, why not just throw the baby out with the bathwater and see what happens? But anyway, hello everyone, and welcome to another Darachat. My name is Daramouthe, or as the kids like to call me, Daramouthe. But I'm telling you guys, all right, you keep it up. I'm gonna call you kindergartners because that's what a kindergarten says, not a grown adult. Don't make me say it. Don't make me say it. But anyway, I am joined by the lovely Smay.
Mhm.
Even though every time I see it, I just want to say Smee from Hook. Smee,
Smay.
Smee. Oh my goodness, it's just one of those things. Like, I don't want to sound rude, but it's just like it's right there. It's like
Oh
right
yeah,
there.
and you get the same thing with your name. People saying it wrong, or they're like, I don't know what to say.
Well, I know I know how to say it. It's just I want to
Mhm.
say Smee because that's what it reminds me of.
Yeah,
Yeah, because it's like you got you got a vowel and you got sort of a vowel consonant there because sometimes Y is a vowel, but that's depending on
yeah.
um yeah that's that's one of the things you remember as a kid. A, E, I, or U, or sometimes Y.
That's why. Yep,
Oh
yep.
yeah. Oh my gosh. I can't believe I still remember that though. I'm old. But anyway, how are you doing, Miss May?
I am doing great. I'm a little vocally worn from uh finishing my stream an hour ago,
hmm Yeah,
but I've got my water,
mhm.
so
But what about the honey? You gotta do like the honey and the lemon and all that stuff.
oh.
Just kind of let me just stretch my vocal cords. Me.
Maybe if I was professional. I'm not professional yet. I'm still a noob.
That's okay. You know what? Sometimes the new makes the best, right?
Oh yeah.
The new person coming in could do it, or they could just destroy it all down. You never know, right?
They could change everything.
Johnson, you know that new hire we brought in, right? Yeah, that Smay person. Yeah, the office is kind of already burning up as we speak. Wait. Are you talking metaphysically? Are you talking metaphorically? What's going on here? Look, I don't know what to tell you what happened. Okay, it's just on fire. That's all I can tell you.
I feel like you're emulating what is currently on my microphone.
let's just let's just keep the between
It's
us now.
fine. It's fine.
No.
Everything is fine. It's a
Yeah,
huge dumpster fire, but it's a-okay.
that's right. Dumpster fires are us. See, that's what they should have called Toys R Us when it was going out of business.
Oh, I remember the first time I ever went in. I was highly disappointed.
I remember the first time I went in, I stepped in and was like, oh.
It
I
was
did.
not a Kodak moment.
When they say what was the sound I was making, I said it sounded like Mickey Mouse feeling good about himself.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. just go the whole show. Just go the whole show doing Mickey Mouse like, what you think? That's no, that doesn't work. I'm sorry. that doesn't work. That's like
See, I
wait,
wish,
wait
and
a
I'll
sec.
eventually get a better one that it could really. It doesn't sound so mechanical. My
Yeah.
my mixer,
Mm,
but the husband got it for me for Christmas,
yeah.
so
He couldn't
uh,
just get you a necklace and call it a day. I mean,
no, he knows my needs. He supplies them.
yes, I'd like the chocolate bar. I'd like this. I'd like this. Honey, we've got a budget. Forget the budget. It's over.
Forget the budget.
Screw the kids. They can get Christmas next year. It's my turn now.
Yeah.
that would that'd be so sad. You probably plan like a trip to Walt Disney World or whatever, and then you drop your kids off at the grandparents, and it's
Yeah.
just like, no, it's mom and dad's turn for a
It's
Christmas
the
present.
adult. It's the adult time. Sorry.
You kids are not old enough to ride this ride.
Oh, that drives me nuts though about parents that bring kids that are too small
uh,
to anything.
yeah.
As a parent, and even before I was a parent,
Mm,
you see these kids that are bored out of their mind,
uh,
parents that are miserable, but they're thinking in their head, "Oh, this is going to be such a great memory." And the kid is like 4,
yeah.
and they'll barely, like, they have the attention span of a squirrel.
Yeah. Well,
Don't do that to your kids.
okay.
Don't do that to your kids.
Uncle Sam says, "Don't do it to your kids, or he's gonna smack you," because he had
Yes,
that look.
exactly.
But so the thing was, is my family, my grandparents and my family, we went to Walt Disney World, right? Not Walt Disneyland. Walt Disneyland is California. Walt Disney
Yep.
World is Florida. Because people need to understand, there's a land, there's a world. One is probably a lot better because
One is farther south.
one is farther south and one's in a dumpster hole.
Yep.
Yeah, a dumpster fire. Yeah,
Yep.
we call that California, but people
Yes.
won't say that.
Because okay.
People
No.
people won't be honest with themselves about where they're at.
Yeah.
But the thing was, we went to Walt Disney World. We traveled by car down there, so there was a long,
Oh.
yeah. We had young kids, and so you can't do if you can't afford that,
Yeah.
you're gonna drive down. Which I mean, depending on if you didn't have young kids, you probably could make it within less than a day's time. But
Mhm.
if you have kids, you're probably looking at maybe 24 hours, depending on.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, but anyway, we went down to Florida a few times. I only remember going down twice because after that I had a job. It was a thing called a job.
Yep. I've had
and
one of those.
and then
It's been a while.
yeah. And then they said, well, I could either choose not getting paid or going on Walt Disney World. I'm like, well, I'm sorry, family. I'm gonna have to stay behind. But yeah, we would go down. We were young. I think this thing is like they take us down every time one of us turned 12, and I'm a kid of five.
That's a good age.
Yeah. Well, I'm a kid of 5, and so I was the first one, and then my sibling below me was the second one.
Mhm.
Um, and so we would go down, and the thing of it is, right, because we had got like these hopper before they had the wristbands, right? They had these hopper passes.
Yeah.
That's what they had. The hopper pass would allow you to go not only to different parks, but it allow you to go to the water parks as well, depending on what hopper pass you got. Now
Mhm.
they've done away with those.
Yeah.
Because it's that wristband thing, which I've not been down to Walt Disney World in a very long time.
Same. It's
Um,
almost been a decade for me.
oh goodness, it's too much. It's too much, and they kind of ruined themselves with their
Oh yeah.
current standing. But so we would go down, and um, so of course we were young. Sibling had a sibling who had to be strolled around or whatever, and my grandparents were with us. The thing about it is that we had to stay in the park all day from pretty much opening to when it closes because it's like my parents paid for it. They weren't gonna get their
Oh
money
yeah,
worth.
we're gonna use all
Yeah,
the whole time. We paid it. Yeah.
yeah. And I was like, as a kid, it's just like this isn't a trip anymore. This is like I mean, because it was like walking almost all day, going throughout the different parts of the park,
Mm-hmm.
enough to do. But it's like, no, I'm not a ride person. There's a few rides I'll go on, but like
Mm-hmm.
Space Mountain, no. No, I can't. I can't. This stomach right here, you're not gonna see me for a while. Um, but it's like the whole Where's little Timmy at?
Sorry for anybody with an easy gag reflex.
If we made someone throw up tonight, it's not our fault. It's kind of you need to put your heads away from the headphones there. Um, but it was just like all day
Yeah.
walking, all day. It ruins an experience for somebody. I mean, yes, you're not gonna just go for an hour and be like, oh, we're done, because you know. But if you're gonna go all day, dear Lord, understand that your kids are tired.
Oh yeah. And also plan for like stopping, maybe getting some snacks or take snacks.
Well, they brought stuff with because obviously it's expensive to
Oh
eat at
yeah.
Walt Disney World.
Yeah.
Walt Disney World is like the rich person place because it takes a rich person to eat there.
Oh,
Although I did enjoy getting a turkey leg. That was probably one of the highlights was a turkey leg.
I even for thanks I've never eaten just a smoked turkey leg ever. Like somebody else in my family, either my family
Mhm,
or my in-laws, they're
mhm.
the ones that always get the turkey leg.
Yeah.
I have never gotten one. I'm almost 40.
Sad. That is
I
that.
know. It is
Do
one of the things that I look forward to
do
because
better, family. Do better. You know,
it's
if
fine.
there
The rest of the food is great.
which camera am I looking at? Which camera I'm looking at? Camera 4. Do better. She said, "If you don't do better, I'm gonna come to the house and I'm gonna put it right in front of her if you don't."
I'm taking that leg. It's mine.
You just have some stranger show up at the house for Thanksgiving. I said I would. I'm here. There, eat the turkey leg. I don't feel good about this now. Eat it. Eat it.
You said on the internet.
Yeah. And then got like the phone out. It's like you told the internet you can eat it.
Yep. Be careful what you say on the internet, kids.
That's true. You tell somebody you're too gassy, they'll think sitting by you is like a like.
Oh yeah. No one's gonna sit by you in church.
I wanted to say it, but it's kind of bad, so I don't want to finish that one. It would have been like sitting next to you is its own gas chamber, but and that's when I get canceled.
Oops.
uh, Mom, why does this monorail car smell? Ah.
It's that guy over there. You don't want to be that guy or that girl.
Yep. Yep. You don't want to. Now, obviously, it's a good thing to joke about, but please don't kill family members with your gas. It's not pretty. Don't don't hop when you're in a car. You know, you're traveling a long distance. Say you're gonna go see the Grand Canyon, right? And you're starting from someplace that's a long way, and and you stop at a restaurant that serves Mexican food, and it and it just hits in the wrong way. All right, don't go hotboxing. All right, don't do that to your family. they don't
D-
they don't deserve that.
no.
They may be one out of the family, but don't let the others
Yeah.
burn. Oh my
My dad
goodness.
was guilty of that several times when we were kids. And that's
Yeah.
only because, we had the crank
Oh my
window
gosh.
and we couldn't roll it down fast enough. Like
Yeah. Or you spin it too fast, like, can someone else roll down their window? Why? Well, I mean, the handle's in my hand, so I don't know what you want to call that.
The handle is no longer attached.
What do you
It's
what do you call a window that can't be rolled up? This window.
Yep, that's exactly it.
and, and then 60 years later, it's like grandma comes on. Everyone want to hear the story of how I broke a window with my bare hands? They said
No,
it.
Grandma, you've already told us the story.
I'm going to tell it again, you young whippersnapper. You better shut up. Oh my
I'm gonna
goodness.
be that grandma.
I can just see it now. Smay off in the distance. Ah! I told you
I'm
to
going.
listen.
That is. I'm going to be the old lady that all the kids like, but all the parents are kind of questionable.
Here's some candy. Don't worry, it's not been tasted before.
It's like, you can have it now. I had to test to make sure it wasn't poisoned. Do your
Yeah,
parents ever do that to you? You got to test it so it's not. See if it's poisoned.
it's true. Sometimes the candy would just disappear itself.
Right?
There was I can't remember who the comedian was, but there was a joke he was telling. Like I think it was about he's going to visit his grandma, and he saw a bowl of peanuts on the table, and he's like, "Oh, well, nice bowl of peanuts." You know, he's picking them up, and like they're not very salty or anything, like plain. And you know, he's kind of going to visit his grandma and all this stuff, and she's coming in. He's like, "Oh, I see you like the peanuts." And he's like, "Yeah, sure, they taste good." He's like, "Well, that's great. I sucked the chocolate all off them."
See, we were joking about it before. It was great.
I heard that joke too. It's like, oh, come on.
Oh, there's only so far I could go. Like, I would never do that. That's mean and that's cruel and unusual punishment. The better joke would have been like, "Oh, you like the peanuts? That's great," and then walk away.
It's like, oh yeah, I love those M&Ms, but those peanuts get in the way of the chocolate. And grandma don't like them peanuts. Just
It's by plain M&Ms, Grandma.
oh goodness, I would have said something else after that, but I gotta behave myself, otherwise you may not come back. So, but I just I can't remember who said that, but I just remember that from.
I do remember that joke. I can't.
I can't pinpoint who said it though.
I bet my husband could tell me because he's one of those people that remembers those who does that kind of joke.
Mm.
I'll ask him and I'll tell you later.
Okay. You know what? You know what though? You're doing great for the grandma part because you really got the voice down for it. So
I do. Yes. Like and that's kind of a problem I do have. That's kind of a scratchy, lower tempered voice.
Yeah.
For a lady. Don't be fooled. I'm not a lady.
What? And the Southern guy's like, wait a second, is she one of them trans things?
But like it helped. It's a good thing and a bad thing. It's a good thing because that means I can sing at a lower register than a lot of people, a lot of women. But that means I have my mixer, my soundboard, everything for my input is all the way up.
Ooh,
So,
wow.
according to my mixer, I'm hot.
Wow, nice. That's the best compliment you probably got.
I know, right? It's like, thanks.
Yeah. Then your husband's like, does it not know?
He thinks I'm the hottest thing this side of the sun. And the sun doesn't have sides because it's round.
Well, it's spheroid. All right, let's not get ahead of ourselves. It's a bit spheroid.
It's round-esque.
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 Let's just discuss for a while. Is the sun round or not? Well, let's just take a tape measure and see. Wait a second, and then that's the end of the show.
Yep.
It's like that.
Where's part 2?
Wait, what? They were gonna go to the sun. The measurement. Where'd they go? Where'd they go?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I don't really. My mic is a blue. It's a Yeti one. It's a Logitech one. It's a blue Yeti or whatever they call it. And of course, it has its own thing on the inside where you can change your voice stuff, but
Hmm.
I can't hear it on the return
Yeah.
because I'm listening to here, and the other places I stream to, their sound is off.
Ah. See, I have the same mic as Fused Aegis, the Fifine AM8,
Mm,
and it's currently running through an XLR cable,
mm,
which means I cannot adjust the gain on my mic. If it
mm,
were to run through USB, I could do that, and I would have fancy colors right here.
mm.
But it doesn't work like that with the XLR cables.
Yeah, this one does. The other one had color changing because I had a different one, but this one was because my camera's a Logitech, my little light thing here is a Logitech, and so I was like, well, it's cheap. I mean, it was like I can't remember what I got
There's nothing wrong with cheap. You work with what you can afford.
yeah, I mean, I'd like to get because the highest Logitech camera they have is called the MX Brio, and that's like 4K. But I don't. I mean, I look pretty good as it is, so I don't need a better camera. But
I see what you did there.
that's right.
You don't want your picture clearer because, somebody may try to dox you.
Yeah, all that stuff is like he's in there. He's big. The new Bigfoot comes out, and it's my face on it. He just came out of the woods. Look at him, so hairy. It's like who are you guys even talking about? I'm right here. Uh, there we go. But yeah, it just be one of those things. But yeah, I just I like you said, I work within my means. Most of it has been bought up from Amazon because you can get a cheaper price. The funny thing with Amazon is that it has cheaper prices, and if you try to go elsewhere to get it, it's a little more expensive.
Hmm.
So now you're saving pennies at $1, and they're just like, oh, do I go to the actual website or do I go to Amazon? Oh
Yeah.
man, it's just one of those things where, um, yeah. I mean, my desk, I had to get a new desk because I had a desk, I had a desk with me that I had since I was a kid. So that's been years and years. So I had to get rid of that, and so I bought. It was like with my previous like last year, the year before tax money, and so I
Hmm.
got like this desk from Amazon, which is like a multi-tiered. I put my PC on one level and some of my speaker stuff on another, and my rocks. But it's just you do, and that's the thing too for me in doing all this stuff, right? It's like I don't I don't need the XLR mics or cameras or whatever they
Hmm.
are because I've seen some of the content creators spend like thousands of dollars for that
Oh,
stuff.
yeah.
I'm just like, if you can get the same kind of quality out of lesser, I don't see why you would spend that much money. But then again,
Hmm.
I'm not making a business out of this as of now. So there is that. I'm
Yeah.
just pretty as I am, and that's the way I'll take it. Um,
And a lot of it is, unless somebody knows exactly because of quality what exactly you're using, most people don't care as long as they can see and hear you.
Yeah, I know a lot of people say, "Oh, the audio is important." Well, yeah, I mean, if they can barely hear you, or if it sounds like you're in a tunnel, hello, where
Hmm.
are you at? What the hell? I'm inside. What?
Yeah.
Or it's canned or whatever. But then again, it's like beyond those two scopes. If people can hear you well and see you well, not like the blocky stuff, but that's an internet thing too. Then it shouldn't be much of an issue. I know people can say, well, the quality of the video is the issue, and of course the audio is an issue. But again, I think if people see you well enough and it's clear enough, right? Because
Hmm.
remember back in the day when HD was the new thing, right?
Oh,
Like
yeah.
every like night.
I'm that old. I
Yeah.
remember when HD was the thing.
Oh yeah. It was because you remember how the '90s show look and all this stuff, and then HD starts coming out. I was like, what is this? Because that's 720p. For those who
Mm.
don't know, 720p was the new thing that came out. I can't remember when, and then it would start to build up to like 1080, and
Mhm.
then I think the new one is like 4K or whatever,
Mhm.
or 8K. I don't know if they're working on it, but right now 4K is like the highest you can go, at least streaming wise, as
Yeah.
far as I know. Um, but it was like a different time back then, because even like it was VHS, and then is DVD, and then Blu-ray was just starting to become a new thing out there, and I think 4K is the new thing.
Yeah.
Blu-ray is so last year, as the kids would
Yeah.
say.
Like, nobody has a DVD player anymore.
Well, you don't know. You don't know if they do or not. They could have a
True.
VHS DVD combo one. Now
Oh, yeah,
that's
those.
yeah.
Or the little TV with the DVD player.
I actually had a one of those TVs, but it was with a VHS in it.
Yep.
So it was like,
That made you one of the cool kids way
what?
back when.
Yeah, it was a weird thing. It's like, oh, I'm not going to use, because VHS is so old, but I can't, because I have my GameCube, and so I just do the hookup.
Mhm.
But you would have this, you was just like this box. Of course, I no longer have it anymore because I upgraded, because why not, right?
Yeah.
It's a little too late. But I would have that, and I would play my games. Like I've played from, uh, like Sega Genesis stuff. I've done the first PlayStation. Let's see, with first PlayStation. Um, did we have any else? I think it was just those were the only two systems we ever had. Because I personally bought uh the game. For me personally, I've had the Game Boy Color, like the clear purple
Mhm.
one, and then I've had the GameCube, obviously the silver one. I like the silver one better. Um,
We
and
had the
then
purple one.
well, we can't win them all. Um, but then there was, and then I bought a PS3, but it was from my aunt and uncle. They
Mhm.
were getting rid of it, and it was like, but it could play Blu-rays, because it was that
Oh,
you could do
yeah.
that. I don't know if the PS5 can, but the PS3 you could play Blu-rays on it.
I wanna say you can. I heard it somewhere. It was, like, right when it first came out.
Mhm.
But that was a while ago, so
Yeah, and what was it? So I had the PS3. I did have a Switch for a while, but I had to give it up for financial reasons. Because I was getting some wisdom teeth pulled out, and that was a fun time in itself.
yeah.
Now I know when people get their wisdom teeth pulled out, and that was pretty much it for systems. I don't have any more system other than my PC, because
Mhm.
Steam, and Steam has been bad for me, because well, actually it's Epic Games. Epic Games is bad for me because they have that free game they put out every once in a while,
Mhm.
and all that stuff. So you're like collecting games, and it's great that they can do that, because you get a free game, and it stays with you.
Yeah.
So you don't have to pay for, like, if you have to, you uninstall it off your system, you can re-download it later on.
Yeah.
Yeah, and easy peasy. But anyway, so I went to go get my wisdom teeth pulled out. I had to get all four pulled out. Right, it's
Oh,
not a
all
fun
at
time.
once, might as well.
Yeah. Hey, Malay Games. Hey, thank you. I appreciate that. I can't pull it up though. I can't
Woo.
show it. But thank you, Malay. I have to put thank you at Malay. There we go. And we'll
And to
give
say, okay, I understand the job of the streamer and the moderator, because that's what I do.
yeah. But thank you there, Malay. And I've had her on before. Lovely, lovely person. She's very oh, what's the word? She's very independent, forward thinking sort of person. So, but
Mhm.
thank you for that. I won't get the sub thing, because obviously if you're the admin of your own show, you don't get the
Yeah.
gifted sub. If you have Rumbot though, it will get the gifted sub, but I
Well, like, the Rumblebot used to,
mm,
but, he fixed it, so it doesn't do that anymore. But if you
mm,
have the new thing that's just come out, the Streambot,
mm,
it does.
mm.
But I'm sure he'll get that figured out too.
Have you tried that Rumble Labs one yet?
I have not, because it's closed now for the
Yeah,
beta.
yeah.
So I was just I think I was like a couple days behind.
Hmm.
So for
There
it,
you go.
but I'm
It's
liking sort of I think maybe it's because all right, I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
have an Apple product computer. Uh,
You're
see,
talking. You're speaking. You're among friends. It's
okay.
okay. I know there are people out there that say they want to take they want to stab Apple in the eye, but you're here amongst friends. It's okay. It's okay.
But
Hey.
I am going to upgrade to a PC because my Mac Mini, which I have, it like the graphics card is crap, so I can't do anything
Mm-hmm.
through Steam or things like this. I
Yeah.
never have the most up to date things.
Mm-hmm.
So like I can't play a lot of games that all my friends are playing.
Yeah.
And I'm just sitting here like I want to play, but I can't because I have an Apple.
No, you have to do like a Mac Mini, and I've never used the Mac Mini. How is it? Because I think a Mac Mini is sort of like your own mini tower thing that you can just take with you, like the
Like
mini.
I guess it's more like it's a box. It looks like a box, but it works.
Yeah, that's okay. We're amongst friends. If you have Apple, it's okay. We're amongst
I
friends.
also have a MacBook
Well,
because all of this really kind of started because I started a podcast,
mhm,
and the Macs worked really well for that kind of thing. The GarageBand worked great. It was
yeah,
easy to understand.
yeah,
And that's what I started with. And I started on a MacBook Pro,
nice.
and and then I joined Rumble.
Mhm,
And I didn't do any streaming. I just put all of the stuff that I'd already produced on here, and then I'd just be chatting away. And then the
yeah,
first time people saw my face was
mhm.
during one of the hemp hangouts.
It's true. Yeah, that's true. Like, hey, once you get in the system, it's hard to get out. And I
Oh,
think, oh yeah, pushed you around back to watching a TV. Well, thank you, Hemp. Hope you like seeing our big faces on the screen. Um,
I know he does.
just look right into my pores. Into my pores.
Well, you look at me in my eyes now, son.
Ma, I don't feel so good. It's gonna be okay, Johnny. It's gonna be okay. Then you take him out back like old
Yes,
Yeller.
it's all hemp's fault.
It's all his fault. Well, technically, it can be because it depends on how you use it. Oh, I'm sorry. You're talking about Hemp himself.
Oh
Never
yeah,
mind. Never mind. I don't want to. I got that mixed up. I apologize.
yeah.
But Malike is wrong. Is like once you get to the thing, you get into their ecosystem, and I think that's a big thing for Apple itself is that its ecosystem just works so well
It
that
does, especially for that kind of thing.
yeah. Like your music can transfer if you have a between your MacBook Pro and then all this. It just you talked about Android. Android is like going to an ice cream store, all right? And all the flavors are Android, but they're so different. Like, well, that flavor is not going to work with that flavor, so you don't want to do that.
Yeah,
It's just too
I
overcomplicated.
like that analogy. That's a great analogy. I'm gonna
Well,
have to use that from now on until I actually get a PC, so I can play games with the rest of my friends.
wah, 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 wah. And then the camera just slowly comes on your face. Wah, wah,
Yeah, but it worked for what I needed it to.
yeah.
It was great. It was easy to understand, like you said.
Mhm,
The the ecosystem is great.
mhm.
I can call and text anybody with a Apple
iPhone,
phone.
FaceTime. Yeah.
Yep. Like if Pudge. Oh, in case nobody knows this and is watching, I am Pudge's older sister, even though I
Really?
look stupidly young. Yes.
What? So you and
Yes.
Lumpy are siblings?
Not Lumpy.
Oh.
Pudge.
Oh, sorry.
Pudge. I am Pudge's older sister.
So you and Pudge are related. Oh, that's great
Yes.
because I've had him on a few times. So I can
Yeah.
just say, guess who else has been on? Revenge is
Calm
mine.
down.
Calm down. He's coming in to try to get sis down pat. He's like, hey. I get it, sis. You need to calm it down now. You need to calm it down.
I smelled it.
Oh, that's you. That I don't think you've changed that because that can lead to other different things right there. I smelled that. Oh, good, because then that means you dealt it too.
Ooh,
Burn.
burn.
Yeah, Pudge is alright. I've had him on a few times. Pudge is alright. That oh.
Okay.
Ooh, man, that burn is coming up quick. Woo, jeez.
And somebody told me the other day,
Yeah.
I think it was Eric John, pizza artist.
Yeah.
He was like, "Wow, you and Pudge have the same cadence."
It's stays time. What does stays time mean?
It's see, so my husband and my daughter are both dyslexic,
Yeah.
so they spell things wrong all the time. I read that in dyslexic.
Oh.
It's Smay's time.
So what does that even mean? You're about
It's
to
my
find
time.
out.
It's my
Yeah.
time.
It's her time. You've had your time a few times. Let
Same,
her have a
yes.
chance. Let her have a chance. All we are
Yes.
saying is that she needs her chance.
I do. Just let me have some of the light.
What?
Let me. I'm tired of the dark.
What you should do like that commercial where they have like the kids. If you give only pennies a day, if you give only pennies
In
a
the
day.
arms of an age.
No, that was for the animals. That one's for the dogs.
They should have used it for the kids.
Probably should have used it for the kids, to be honest.
Yes.
Instead
And
of
who let the dogs out for the animals?
Who? I don't know. The best mod on Rumble. Well, I don't know. I hear some other people are best mods. I hear some people can do it blind. All right, and they probably are blind too, to be honest.
I'm blind. I'm blind. Without my glasses, you'd be
Hey,
nothing but a blur.
Well, that doesn't mean you're blind though. Blind means you can't see at all. Like it's dark. You're in a dark cave, and if you come out, it's still dark. Like, is it nighttime out? What's going on here? But no, that's pretty awesome though, because I mean, you obviously you guys don't look alike, to be honest. But
well, that's because we're not side by side.
Okay, all right, you win that one. But anyway, knows me is best. Oh, that's just harsh. Oh, that's just harsh.
No, Smay is the best.
She's the best around. Nobody's
She's the
gonna bring her
peacock. You
down.
gotta let her fly, Pudge. But Pudge was asking the same cadence. The same way that we talk.
Well, except
Like,
you're speaking like you've almost lost your voice, so there's a little difference there.
yeah. I don't scream nearly as much as Pudge. Obvious, I don't swear as much as Pudge. Schleppy is gonna have to go dig deep down to make me swear.
Yeah,
like I do throw out the occasional F-bombs if like something like surprising happens.
Yeah,
Sorry, I had to focus my camera.
No, you're right. I throw in F-bombs too, but it's usually like fart. Oh, fart bomb. Oh, fart this. Oh, this is such a farting mess. No, that's when the fun begins. But no, that's pretty awesome though, because who else have I had on? I've had on people that have been connected to people before. I mean, again, this show has brought on many different people being connected to others. It's just you never know till you ask. Like the many people I've had on for like military stuff. Like I didn't know some were military. I've had on people again, but I've also been across different platforms too. I've had people on from Twitch, YouTube. I actually had one guy on from Kick. We'll see if I can get more from that. But the end point of it is it's interesting what you can do through a conversation about what you find out information wise. Not like I'm coming to dig your brain, that sort of thing, but it's more it's like,
just, it's random facts you find surprising.
Yeah. Is a cursing son of a gun. I've been on that show. Yes, but he's also Canadian too, so he has a reason to curse.
They're angry, but they're polite about it sometimes.
You should take it out back like old Yeller, eh? Are you telling me that? I hope you have a great day there, eh? Oh my goodness. But no, they have more stuff to be angry about because they still have Trudeau. They
Yeah.
still have
Well,
Trudeau.
maybe he's just taken the long way down. Someone should just push him down the stairs. I did not say that out loud.
look,
I'm out.
here's the stairs. All right, here. So you'll be like you'd be like John Madden, right? You're gonna be like, all right, here's the stairs, and here's Trudeau at the top. And now the lady said you should be pushed down the stairs. Well, we don't know where the stairs is going to end. So here's the stairs. Here's me drawing the stairs, and then you just have this long conversation of like, is he going down the stairs or not? Um, but yeah, that's no. Of course, John Madden is no longer with us, but he was very well known for it. But no, that's I mean, again, it's about that's what a conversation can allow. Those allows those opportunities to find out the small things. Like I didn't know many of the people who are authors. I have had a few people on who are authors. Many people who work with tech a little bit. Many people, again, military, whether current or not. Trudeau was literally crying today. Was he actually crying, or is this hyperbole?
or was it photoshopped? Like
Was it a meme?
like all the filters?
Yeah, it was.
Because Snapchat has that one crying filter. It looks real.
I was thinking it was like a meme, like here's Trudeau happy because he's the prime minister. Now here's Trudeau sad because he's not leaving. I would. I just like when have you ever seen someone say I'm stepping down and still weeks later like I'm still the prime minister?
Like he did it. He did it around the time where Trump won.
Mhm.
So he's probably still looking for somebody who's super, anti-American that won't take no.
Chimney crying. All right, I'll believe you. Did you already do the? Oh, for me. Well, who are you asking? You're asking Smay
My
or me?
morning mayhem interview. I think he's talking to you.
Well, what it was in the interview, I don't. Well, it probably was an interview. I don't know. I don't know what they consider it. But no, it was Third Railify's show that we
Yeah.
were on. My morning mayhem was already was on with it. It was their sort of their combo stream.
Mhm.
But yeah, it was on. It was like the past Saturday. It was great. It went pretty well, of course, and hopefully they'll bring me back on again. I still got to bring on. I haven't brought on Sean though. I've brought on Chris from my morning mayhem, but I didn't bring on Sean yet. So that's the only person
Yeah.
I haven't brought on. But again, it's like I get connected to all these people, and it's just like you have no idea of the amount of people or who I've had on, and the degree of which I'm free to do so, because I would try to explain to oh that was a bad one but the
You need a minute? I could entertain everybody for like
no
a minute.
no that's when you see like is he throwing up in his shirt? It's like nope, I'm good, I just cleared my throat. But it's one of those things like I know I do something that's not viewed widely as something to watch. Like everyone's going to go watch someone do gaming or something
Mhm.
like that, but to watch someone who's having conversations with different people, whether they're a creator or not, it really doesn't bring in numbers, I don't think. And it's understandable from my point. I'm not doing it for all the silly stuff, people, the metric stuff, but
Yeah.
that's part of the ordeal, is trying to get more people on as numbers. But it's always fascinating to me of how, if you give someone enough room to speak, like you give them 98% of the field, because they do stream to YouTube as well. I'm not saying you got to watch yourself. I'm just saying that's the thought of that comes into their mind, that sort of thing. Um, it's sort of this interesting thing that when you go have enough people on, you begin to see that you give someone a chance, they're willing to have a conversation. They just
Mhm.
you start out with, I don't know what I'm doing, but okay, right? You
Yeah.
get the sort of jitteriness, and then you kind of just lay on me for that one regard. I've had people too. I've had people too is like, oh, I don't know what I'd say or whatever, and be like, look, if you can answer what color the sky is, I think you're pretty good to go. You're pretty good to go.
I have no problem holding a conversation.
Well,
I have a bearded ninja who was
Mm.
saying that's my husband, by the way.
Mm.
He'll tell you I have a problem ending the conversation.
I feel that as well, because I do too. But part of it is because the hospitality factor. Like for me, when someone's speaking something, right, and that's why I can't do these big panel things, except for Rumble Squared. But that's mostly because everyone gets their turn in saying their stuff, and I kind of do
Yeah.
that way. Where I've seen free for all, I'm just like, dear Lord, is this like what used to be in the medieval ages? Like, she's a witch, she's a witch. No, she ain't no witch, she ain't no witch. Bread here, on bread, yeah. All that stuff.
I love being around people. I love talking to people.
Uh,
The first time I was ever in that kind of situation
mhm.
was last year's New Year's Eve party that Cat Dog held. And
yeah.
everybody was in the Discord,
Mhm,
and I lasted at the most an hour
mhm,
because I don't want to say I'm sensitive to sound,
mhm.
but I I get I'm trying to think of the word, overwhelmed is the best word I can think of, with so much noise.
Oh yeah, what's the word?
Overstimulated.
Overstimulated. That's right.
Yes, I get overstimulated, which is ironic considering my husband is one of 9 kids,
Mhm.
and yes, he's number 3, and I love telling people that fact because they're like, "What is he Mormon? Is he Amish? Is he like all of these things that?" No, his parents just loved each other a lot.
Yes, and children, we call that love, but some for adults it's something else.
Yes,
Uh, he's
this is the Tucker Carlson show of Rumble. I've never
well,
watched Tucker Carlson.
well, I've been told Joe Rogan, but I'm like, well, Joe Rogan has academics on, and I'm not really academics. He's a bit busy.
But, his family is loud and rambunctious, and I get triggered a lot because there are a lot of little kids screaming. And think more pterodactyl, yeah, and eagles, something like that. But I learned what my triggers are. I learned what brings me down before I
Mhm.
hit that trigger. But I love my family. I love his family. They're great, and they have welcomed me in with open arms and very not as much competition as I thought I was going to have to do.
Right.
So
I,
I'm one of the lucky ones where my my mother-in-law treats me like one of her daughters, and the same for my father-in-law. I can go to them if I need advice or anything like that.
she sure is the bestest. The best, the what is it? The hostess with mostest? No,
Yeah,
the bestest of the restest. Yeah, but yeah, I've said someone say Joe Rogan too, but I'm like, yeah, that'd be great if I could get a $250 million deal from Spotify. I'd be set. I wouldn't exactly be working at my job anymore. Um, but but yeah, it's just a very I mean, again, I've had on over 170 variable guests.
that's
So
awesome. I love that for you.
it's one of those things where I mean, I would pirate your episodes. Well, try not to plunder the booty, as they say.
I
Um,
do not give permission to use my likeness or image in any form or fashion.
Mr. Bush, can I ask a question, Mr. Bush? I did not have relations with that woman. but but yeah, it's just an interesting faction is when you I think a lot of people well, one, I think people I got you in telenova. Uh-oh. No telenova. No, senor. No. Um but uh but it's just one of those things where it's like a a conversation. It's trying to get conversation happening beyond the scope of politics or a single notion. It's about going
Oh, yeah.
forth into the road of just can you, right? If I were to do like a not a speed dating thing, but like a speed talk, whatever, maybe like 20 minutes, would you be able to sit down in front of a stranger and strike up a conversation and get them going?
More than likely, yes, I would.
I'm gonna have to. I'm sorry, Ninja. I'm gonna have to put money on her. I'm gonna have to put money on her for that one. She's got like 5 minutes to show me she can do it though. I should make an emote of Smay now, like I did Budge. Uh oh. Uh oh.
Do it.
Do it.
Do
Do it.
it.
I dare you. I double
Do it.
dog dare you. You know your mom, right? That's who told me to tell you to do it.
But I have had, I've, Pudge and I are very much like our dad in that way.
Mm,
He was one of the town's social butterflies,
mm,
and we both take after him like that.
mm.
Like, we see random people or we hear something, and then we just have to put our 2 cents in. Then all of a sudden, we know, like, what they've done in the last 5 years.
I went
And
out back and hunt for treasure. What? I hunt for treasure. Wait, when? No, I hunted for treasure. I don't know about that. No, that's great though because I think it's something that needs to happen more than it does now because it feels like with there's a lot of chaos out there,
oh,
and
yeah.
I think a lot of people get caught up within the tribalism factor and the niche area factors, and it's just like we're not crossing over into other play. We're not it feels like from my perspective, we're not crossing over into an open field where you can just go here, here, here,
Mhm.
and from there, like you and
We're
Pudge
more
do.
of in a garden than
Yeah.
a field of flowers.
Well,
Wildflowers.
yeah, and I understand that, Kismet. That is understandable, but at the end of the day, though, it's all about it's part of his confidence. And if they don't respond, that's fine. But at the end of the
Yeah,
day,
that's their fault, it's not yours.
yeah, it's their fault. Blame them. Just point it. Just do like the evil monkey. Just point and stare. Um,
Or just
but
give
no,
them that disappointed look.
every time he should do like a National Geographic, and every time he saw the woman give him a disappointing stare, he reminded of his mother, who'd look at him with a sad face.
I've gotten, yeah. And, you know, when you also when you become a parent,
Yeah.
you have to step out of your comfort zone.
Yep.
A whole like, I don't wanna say a whole lot more than if you're just a single person entirely, like, no significant other, no children,
Mhm,
whatever. I was a very shy person, and I had to step out of that comfort zone
mhm,
when I became a mom.
mhm,
And when my daughter started going to school, I had to insert myself into conversations
mhm,
and, you know, see past, you know, my fear
mhm,
of talking to
mhm,
people, my fear of, oh no, I'm going to look stupid,
mhm,
or I'm not going to be good enough to be included in anything.
mhm.
And my daughter's about to turn 14, and I swear to God, I have more friends than she does.
You even got her friends.
Yeah. Her friend, like, I made a promise to myself when I found out I was pregnant
Mhm,
that our house would be the house that kids want to go to
mhm,
because we are the cool parents. And it's not
mhm,
just me. You know, you hear a lot of women like, "Oh, I raised my daughter," or "I raised my son." It's a partnership.
mhm. Yeah, and I think that's also something that kinda gets lost too is you don't on a total scale, right, on a total stage, you don't exactly know where just, focusing on maybe we'll just stick with the US. You don't know where marriage stands on as a whole because everything is sort of an open, free. go wherever, all that stuff. And not all of it, but a big chunk of it seems to be
I
like that.
think if you don't know who you're getting into a partnership with, I could see it that way.
Mm-hmm.
But the way that Bearded Ninja and I got together, well,
Mm-hmm.
first of all, he had a crush on another girl.
Oh my! Oh.
This was 15 years ago when we
Mm,
started dating.
mm.
No, oh wait, hold on, wait. 17 years ago.
Oh.
Or like right before we started dating. Like he
Mm,
liked my best friend.
mhm,
She wanted nothing to do with him, and I was crushing hard on this man.
mhm.
But he never treated me like I was beneath him
Oh, that's
or
good.
that I wasn't worth his time.
Mhm,
He treated me with respect.
mhm,
That's one thing that I want for my daughter. I don't want her to have to go through the same situation.
mhm,
But when she starts dating and maybe gets married,
mhm,
that's how it starts with her.
mhm.
And then we got together and we didn't I didn't put on I tried not to put on like this presence of, oh, I have everything figured out. He
Mhm.
saw my crazy and he accepted it.
He was like that one guy during that hurricane with the American flag going like
Yeah, I was the hurricane and he stood there. And we've been together, married for 15 years, in
Wow.
total 17 years, because
Mm,
we dated for 2 years
mhm.
before engagement and marriage.
Yeah. He was
Had had our daughter, we'll say roughly a year
mhm,
before we hit that 1 year mark.
mhm,
And we've had our struggles. There are times when, I went and I slept on the couch
mhm.
because I didn't want to be anywhere near him. But we, in recent years, we learned, and even while dating,
Mhm,
communication is key, and it goes all back to
mhm.
communication.
Yeah.
He can't read your mind. She can't read your mind unless they're weird.
No, that's true. I've tried to read minds too, but at the end of the day, I was like, I see, I see a McDonald's coupon on your horizon. Oh wait, no, that's the wrong thing.
Exactly. So again, it's all about communication.
Yeah,
If you can't communicate, then you're left out.
and that's a and it's not just the marriage, which and I've been married just about
Mm-mm.
as long as we've never gone to bed and go. That's great. Hey, Meister, or should I say
Hey,
Omega? Yeah,
hey,
that
Meester.
Darren. Hey, Meister. I just call him Omega because he wants to be the best of the best. Okay, Omega. Woo. He didn't say he's alpha yet, but he's throwing out the Omega part.
There's already an alpha
Eh,
on Rumble. He can't
yeah,
have it.
yeah. Can't have it. You got it. You got it right. That's right. Yeah, I know the name. But no, that's a big thing too. And it's not just wet. Never walk a mile to a wet shop for apology flowers and not take your phone.
That's
Oh,
right.
oof. Sounds
And
like someone there.
make sure she actually likes flowers.
That's true. She could be allergic, and then all of a sudden the bee pops out, and then you have a wife who's allergic to bees, and then you have to take her to the hospital, and then the only
Yep.
thing she remembers
Make
about
it
you,
even more awkward.
the only pain she remembers you about is that you got her stung.
Exactly. You got me flowers. And it had a bee.
Wait, it
But
reminds me of that thing from the Johnny Depp trial, and he stepped on it,
yeah.
stung like the bee.
Yep. Yep. But yeah,
Oh my
it's
goodness.
it's it's not just marriage, it's friendships and, you know,
Trust.
anything work.
Yeah.
If you can't tell your coworker needs to know that they don't like you using their cup, or you don't like them using your special coffee mug in the break room by dirty looks, go up and say, "Hey, stop touching my cup, please. Thank you. Goodbye." And then leave.
Yeah. See, he has a good
Get
one
her
here.
Yes. Don't get her flowers. Get her food. She is always hungry.
Look
She
at
is
her
always
face.
hungry.
Look at her. Look, chat. Look at her face. Look at her face. Look, she's right. She's.
I am actually getting hungry.
See what you did, chat. See what you did. This is awful. Come on, guys. But but anyway, it is the top of the hour. So that I call that power hour time, or just top of the hour, whichever. I'm trying to figure out which one is best. But anyway, what that is that it's time I set aside for promoting ourselves. Obviously, there's some creators who do like at the beginning of the show or at the end of the show or sporadic throughout. I kind of do it as sort of like a time interval thing because one, I do have a full time and I can't do this all night. So I do have that because I do have to set up for tomorrow's stream as well. But also just as like it's a like break time, right? Like you go to work and you get like 4 hours of work and then they give you 30 minutes and then they, if you're doing full-time stuff. So it's like there's like small break where we promote ourselves, we get on with it. I could change your good, it's not a good for That is true. That is true. Just well, I mean Paris Hilton is still married, so never mind. But anyway, so I believe I hope I put them. Yes, all your links are down below. But if you'd like to sell yourself, not like that, the floor is yours.
Can't. I'm already taken.
She's taken on a
Forever.
cruise. Yeah. I was gonna say taken on a cruise, but
No.
never mind. Go ahead.
But yeah, it's Smay 2010 on all of my platforms. On here,
not X.
on X is Smay 2010 I just recently changed it.
Okay.
So hold on, wait. I think it's Smay 2010 _ Rumble. It just wouldn't let me do Smay on Rumble for some reason. Apparently somebody else. Anyways, but some version of Smay 2010 on all of the platforms, and just started the whole streaming thing. And yeah, I don't do a lot, but I like I have fun.
Yeah.
I'm the best mod on Rumble.
Yeah. I haven't seen you in my chat, so I don't know about that. But
Make me a mod. No, don't. I'm not pressuring you. But it's
okay. How do you spell it?
that is the one thing that I have become. I'm not trying to brag. I swear to God, I'm not trying to brag. But like these people, they're like, Smay is the best mod on Rumble, and I'm like, I just talk to people in the chats, and I post the links, even if I'm not a mod. Shut up, honey.
She's for hire. Well, that sounds like you're pimping her out, though. So we won't do that. We won't do that.
I'm already working, honey.
Hey, honey, Mama's working right now. You need to shush it down. You need to calm it down. All right.
But that's what really started all of this, and it's because of Pudge that this all came to be.
I had a feeling, since you said you're his like big sister, so there's that.
Well, I don't think it was even that. I think it's because I was engaging in the chats and people. It's more. I'm trying to be. Do you want to come in here and wait for your interview? Wait for your conversations with Daramouthe.
We're gonna get into it like flies on poop. It's gonna be like
damn straight.
And with a serious face too. When she says it with a serious face like that, that's something joking. She's serious business. She's like a person at an ice cream shop. She says, "I want it all. Give it all to me right now, even the sprinkles."
No sprinkles, thank you. It tastes weird. Sprinkles taste weird.
Smay actually runs a black market and mods her. Well, you know what? She better start setting up business because it looks like she's being called the best here, and I don't see it yet. So there you go.
But that's what started all of this,
uh,
and it's how I got to know Hemp and Purdy and Lumpy and Gamer's Error and all these a lot of the people that you have probably had on this conversation corner.
mhm. Yeah,
I'm gonna trademark that for you. It's like Daramouthe conversation corner.
well, I just Darachat is actually the actual name, so there's that. So
Ah,
too late.
well, this
Funny,
is a sub. No, anyways, but
it's that tag underneath. I understand. Yeah.
yeah. But modding, I love taking care of people,
Mm-hmm.
and like most of the people I'm a mod for, they're gamers,
Mm-hmm.
so they can't pay attention to the chat
Uh-huh.
like a podcaster can, or somebody doing a review or things like this.
Yeah.
And I think maybe because I am Pudge's sister that he
There we go.
added me as a mod.
Mm-hmm.
But I just went to the chats and I started building a community in I'll call it a sub community in the big community of Rumple.
QC mod, quality control.
I'm sorry. Why is he texting? Sorry.
Uh-oh.
No, it's all good.
Fire! There's a fire in the building. There's a fire. No, but no, that's, I mean, again, I don't just reach to one platform. I reach to many of them because I think a lot of people tend to forget that while you can have your platform of choice, and I do multiple because I have my reasons, if you forget to reach across and just sit down. Look, it's not about, I'm not going out there trying to get people on. I'd rather Rumble's work speak for itself.
Yeah.
Just like when I tell people, like, go check out their stuff, and if it's worth following, give them a follow. Because I think when you have a lot of people tell somebody, hey, go follow this person, what are you giving the people to follow if they don't judge for themselves that they're worth following? Right? Because not all follows equal views, which is one of the big
that's
things
so
for creators.
true.
Which is one of the big things for creators, right? Why would you send 100 people over and maybe only 1 or 2 out of that 100 stay and watch?
Yeah, exactly. And I try, like, with the raids and everything, I try to stay at least 30 minutes if I can, if I don't have somewhere else in another chat to mod. Or I try to stay as long as I can, and if something is going on that they don't know about, I'm like, hey, this needs to be done. You need to turn up your mic. Your game sounds low, or your video sound is low, because they can't hear it.
Yeah. You sound like a big baby. Why don't you man up once?
You need to fix it. It's bad.
Oh, by the way, you are a mod. But anyway,
Wait, what? No. You didn't.
Just type your name in the thing. But anyway, her links are down below if you want to check her
it probably hasn't come up. It'll change.
Yeah, it'll change. But if you want to, if you check her stuff out, if she's worth a follow, it'll take a lot longer. Wow, that's awful to say. That is awful to say. Just because she's a lovely person. But anyway, from my end of things, whether you're on the Rumble side or whether you're on the YouTube side, right? Because I do stream to both areas. If you wouldn't mind leaving a like, sharing the content, leaving a comment or follow, anything that helps with the engagement factor is much appreciated. Because again, not only does it help in being seen more, like all creators want, but it also helps in having other people on as guests, like Smay, like Hemp, like Pudge, like Lumpy, like UB Legend, like Vaping Gamers, like so many other. I mean, again, I'm up a little over 170 people. So, I mean, I think I know a little speck of dust here, But anyway, any help with the engagement factor helps with any of that. Again, on either Rumble or YouTube, and of course, if you want to see where else I'm at, I have a link down below. Obviously, I'm Twitter X, email, and all that stuff. But again, if you, that's right, whether you're watching the replay or not, I don't know who you are. Not the guy with the popcorn. Don't. No, not you.
No,
Just get it away.
no, don't do that. No.
No, just eat it. Eat it at home. Eat it at home. But anyway, if you'd like to have the chance, if you'd like to take up the chance to come on, well, guess what? There's a comment section down below on either end, or there's that link you could find me at. I've only had one person go to the link to find me, and you'll never guess who did.
No, I got nothing.
It was a Canadian.
Really, him?
It was a Canadian. I'm disappointed in my American people. It took a Canadian to go through my links to find me and say, I'd like to come on. It was actually Slinger Games. That was the one that did it. But the thing of it is, he's Canadian. And I'm a bit disappointed in my American peeps because I thought an American would do it. And then a Canadian beat you to it.
Hit the links, people.
Yeah, I'm a little
Support
disappointed.
the man. Be on the show.
Man, I'm not just for creators. I've had a big chunk of creators on, but that's part of the deal. But I'm for non-creators too. I've had people on who don't. I've had people on who don't even show their face. I've had VTubers on. I've had a whole bunch of a variety of people. I've had people who are considered big on YouTube to some degree, but I don't care if you're big or not. It doesn't matter. What the point of the matter is, it's about having a conversation across the table and just seeing where it goes, because right now it doesn't feel like there's a lot of that. It's like gaming, politics, whatever.
Oh yeah.
I can go anywhere. I'm like Julie Andrews in The Sound of Music. You know, I'm up on top of the hill. I'm singing "The Hills Are Alive" and all that stuff. And that's how it goes. I'm not singing the children. I'm just singing in the open hills, because otherwise I'm gonna be like, dear email, dear Ray, I drop a golden
He's all over
sun.
the place, like pollen.
Yeah.
In the spring.
Well, pollen, that gets a little annoying. You know, when you go to a car wash and it's like, why is there like green sludge? That's pollen, sir. It's like, ugh. But anyway, any help with the engagement factor, and of course, link down below. I appreciate you all. And of course, one thing before I do, I am running. I know only do it once because it might get overturned, what's the word? Fatigued, over fatigued. Right now, I am running 2 surveys. That's 4. I'm running 2 surveys. I gotta take 2 fingers up. That's 4 surveys. I'm running 2 surveys. One is for. I'm gonna have to get the. Hold on.
I did fill out one of those surveys.
Did you? Probably the creator one, right?
Maybe.
Okay. So there are 2.
One that you just recently.
That's the creator one.
Okay.
But there are 2 surveys. So one is creator. One is more styled for creator. One is more styled for. Canadians are weird. Yeah, but at least he took the chance and did it. All right. So he got one up on you guys. Super mod. That's right. Well, it's not like gold. It's not like Super Saiyan, mod right there, which would be nice, but can't have that. But here's the first one. This is for the creator one. Right there. And of course, I'll post the viewer one. Now, if you consider yourself both, I don't mind if you take both. They're going to be asking. There are similar questions, but in different ways. But again, all this data for 2 weeks until the 18th is when the last day is for these servers going to be online. All that data is going to be compiled, put together, and you'll see some of it on Rumble Squared. Obviously, the full of it won't be collected until Rumble Squared, because that's when I get all my guest data as well. So Rumble Squared, since I didn't explain it clearly, Rumble Squared is sort of my try at a roundtable. You've seen Lumpy's, but I don't think he's done it in a while. But the point of the matter that I'm doing is I'm trying to collect data on the ground floor level. What does that mean? That means I'm trying to find what many people's issues or wish list stuff is. So what happens is I use Microsoft Forms, right? I know, you could use Google Forms, but trying not to rely on the Google stuff too much. But it's free because it's the online part of it. But anyway, using Microsoft Forms. Now, the first one I did a while back was sort of just one survey, and it was sort of all over the place. It wasn't very finer sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
These 2 are, at least to the point I can get to it. So they're not perfect, but the data that's collected from. Oh, okay.
Sorry.
You're right. the data that's I thought you said you were leaving.
Oh no, I'm not leaving yet. I just had to readjust. I'm old.
Oh, grandma's stuck. Grandma's stuck. Help, grandma. No, but if you're whether you're a creator, whether you're a viewer, whether you're both, I don't care if you view yourself as both. All this data is going to be compiled. Once Rumble Squared comes around, that data is going to be compiled with that. That stuff is going to be translated to go to the Rumble crew because they're going to get their own copy, and then the other part is going to be translated for the everyday man, and it's going to be posted on Twitter X so that everyone can see percentages. What now? I am getting data percentages as I'm going through this, right? I've only had maybe 30-ish people for the creator side and then 20-ish people for the viewer side. Again, they're going till the 18th, and I'm trying not to over fatigue people, but I am trying to just put out a reminder that, hey, these things are going on, and I do kind of need your help because I'm trying to get to 100 each. 100 people taking the survey each, because last time it was 2, it was 1, and it was 79 total, plus the people on Rumble Squared. So this one is going to try to be, but I'm a kind of one person. So, but yeah,
Well, to have all that information compiled will make it, like you said, you're sending it to Rumble.
Yes,
right?
so there's a translated version. So what that means is like I'm translating it for the techs and devs to understand, so
Mhm.
they can pinpoint the issues because there are some, like yeah, I'll just bring up one of them to kind of give you an example of what the questions are. I'll do the viewer one since I think you didn't do
I don't think I
that.
did that one.
No, okay, let me. Right, and just take that off. Yes. Oh, I gotta sign in. Gosh, not again. Okay, here we go. It's like I do all this stuff now. Okay, here we go. Here is the. Oh, this is the creator one. Never mind. But this is what it looks like. This is the creator one, and these are the questions I get asked. I mean, they're pretty, sort of general, whatever. Some of them are required, some are not. Oh, 33, not bad. But the point of the matter is that this is trying to filter the data, right? And the data is what you guys give. Whatever Smay gives, whatever Lumpy, if anyone else takes it, it's what they give. At the end of the day, it's filtered down. There are percentages done, and it shows what the commonalities are that people have, whether it be issues or wish list stuff, whether it be problems with Rumble support, whatever. It's trying to pinpoint areas that maybe will help Rumble understand better where they need to focus on, because they did have their rundown. They did have their Rumble rundown, but for me, and this has happened many times, they don't give anything back per se, other than maybe the quarterly and the put. There you go. You can put both. You can copy the link to both if you want.
I don't think I'm a part of your Discord.
Purdy. Oh my gosh, you better send her that link. But yeah, this again, it's about collecting this data, and I will be putting it out once Rumble Squared comes, because again, I want to collect the rest of that data from my guests that are coming on, and then that will be put through that will be put to the total total. So I will show you. So let me show you an example of the last one, because I want people to kind of, this is the last one, so it's not perfect, but none of it will be. But let's see what I had for 1123. I did have survey. I want to make sure this is the one I'm looking for. Okay. So this is an Excel sheet, so you won't see everything, but we'll give it a go. Let's see. Oh, I don't. What? Why isn't it up?
And just so you'll know, he has these on his X account. That just felt gross in my mouth. His Twitter.
I'd say Twitter X. Why is it not allowing?
But it is on his Twitter. So
there we
you
go.
have your Twitter link in your description.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay. So there you go. So this is the Excel sheet. No, that's wrong. That's wrong. But this is from the first one. This is the Excel sheet from the first one. Of course, they were like sort of not their questions.
Yeah.
I got to I don't know if I can go. Okay, I'm trying to see. Oh, okay. Escape out of that. I need to get. Oh, there we go. Okay. So you see the word. I'm pretty sure you can see the words right there. Yeah, I can see the small. So the question above this was share 3 experience you had in Rumble. So these were very open-ended. They weren't as specific. And you see people's give back on it or whatever and so forth. And again, I'm trying to better the system. And I apologize. I'm not trying to stay on this too long, but I'm trying to explain to people the importance of this matters, because the issue of it is again, Rumble did its Rumble rundown, which was part of the creator program trying to do things, but they didn't really give people anything back from that.
Yeah.
They'll give out quarterly reports. Yes, they'll do the update stuff tech wise, but they're not giving people something to chew on while they're doing that other process stuff. They're not talk about in public, right? This is my try at that answer. Because you guys, all of you guys, when you give feedback to the Rumble support, you might get something like "we heard you" or whatnot, but you're not getting on a monthly basis, whatever. If something like, "here's a percentage of how many people had issue with this," whatever. They probably wouldn't do that because it's showing a chink in their armor. But people need something.
Yeah.
It's their area to vent. It's their area to kind of get this stuff off their chest. And when it finally comes out to be shown, and it will. It'll just wait until Rumble Squared comes. They'll finally get to see data percentages. But again, it relies on people taking it. I know I'm not here to beg. I'm really not. But in order for this to be a what's a good word? Modem. I think that's not the word. A modem. I'm trying to think of the word to say.
I'll think of the word after you tell me what the purpose.
It's trying to get as many people as to take the survey who use Rumble or viewers on Rumble, whatever, to try to get enough information to show that these are modus operandi. That's the Latin that you're thinking of. It's the how to spell that.
I don't know how to spell it. Well, he gets I don't use big words.
No, I try not to. Some people get like, is that Chinese or Japanese? That's
like I understand the words. Like Pudge, he uses big words all the time.
Well, that's because he's your brother. Avenue, maybe. I know big words, just not how to spell them. Hey, you know what? I'm right there with you. Sometimes I get that mistake too. But at the end of the day, it's going to be dependent on you guys, because I can't force people to take the survey. Obviously, it's of your time. But imagine this. I want you to close your eyes and imagine this. Imagine, if you will, you give your feedback, honest feedback. They don't know it's your name. They don't know who you are, whatever. It's honest, anonymous feedback. You give that feedback. And then towards the end of the month, you get to see this percentages. You get to see all these things that come out on this list. And you get to see where the majority of issues and wish list stuff people have. You're getting something back for what you give.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm trying to aim for. But it's going to take a lot of people. And I mean a lot of people. I'm aiming for 100 each for each survey, but it's going to take a lot of people willing to give up some of their time to take this, because at the end of the day, there's millions of people.
It takes less than 5 minutes. It takes less than 5 minutes.
Someone would say that's a miracle in itself. But anyway,
it takes about as long as it takes to brew coffee.
There you go.
If so while you're brewing your coffee, you could fill out this questionnaire or this survey.
Yeah. But it again, because the more people that do, the numbers will show. Again, I know there are people out there. There are people who've harassed. There are people who've trolled. There are people who've done all sorts of things towards the Rumble staff or whatever. And sometimes yelling and screaming is not going to get a point across.
Mm-hmm.
So what am I going to do? I'm going to use the data. I'm going to use the numbers. And then people, if that doesn't do anything, guess what? You guys get to look and say, wait a second. You say out of 100 people, 65% said that the app is really big issue. I mean, I'm not stuffing this with bots. I'm actually having people take this. So it is what it is. Yeah. Well, she's one person. So
hey, hey.
Look, you're one lovely person.
Okay, that works. Thank you.
I gotta do like she's a lovely person. I saw her come in. She was shining like the stars herself. I said, who was that? She said she was married. I said, I never asked if you were married or not. What is going on here? But yeah, so it's my push, and again, it goes because I'm not seeing anyone who does a roundtable do this kind of down to the floor data thing, and that's what's
Oh
really
yeah, and
needed.
I think that that's a great avenue to go down because sometimes there's only so much social media shouting
Yeah.
that the people at Rumble can intake.
Mm-hmm.
But if they have that quote unquote physical aspect of what's good, what's bad, then they are more than likely to work on the bad
Mm-hmm.
and work on the issues. Hemp emails them often,
I hear constantly, to be honest, with how much he
constant, on a monthly basis.
Mm.
And if he doesn't start getting like reward points for all of his Rumble Studio emails, I'm gonna be highly disappointed.
It's like Simon Cowell. I'm sorry, but you're not going to the next stage of American Idol. Oh, you dirty son of a!
Yeah.
You're a dirty hypocrite. I'm sorry, your voice just sounds like a cat scratching a chalkboard. I'm very sorry. It's not gonna work. I remember when American Idol used to be a big thing back. You remember did you ever watch the very first American Idol?
I don't think so. Like
Chris.
we weren't really my family wasn't really into it. If it was on, we would watch it.
Mhm.
But I don't know if you ever saw the country music version. I think it was like Tennessee Star.
Might have been on cable.
Yeah. But it was who was the first person? Dang, I can't remember. It was so long ago.
It
But we
wasn't.
were invested in that one for some reason because we wanted country music star and not like a rapper, a rocker, or things like that. We wanted country music star. That's what it was called. It was country music star.
And then they said Taylor Swift, and you're like, I think we need to cut that one out. Um, she used to be, and then she went pop, and I was like, I don't think that is anymore.
Well, I think she just she never for me she never really sounded country just because she could play guitar and she wore cowboy boots. That was their uh quota for what she needed to be country.
Well, and the thing was is that she won a lot of CMAs. She won a lot of CMAs. I'm like, how the heck is she winning this many CMAs? It's like there's some behind the scenes stuff going on here because it's a lot. Because
And Yoodles.
Yeah. Oh, well, the funny thing too is I found out is that the guy who was the singer of Hootie and the Blowfish was also doing his own country songs, Darius Rucker, and I was like, wait a second,
Yeah,
you're saying the guy who's in Hootie and the Blowfish is actually a country singer?
he's a good country singer. I like him.
Well, he wasn't a great. I don't want to be with you. Stuff like that. What was it? But there was. I remember a long time ago there was that one with Tim McGraw and Nelly when they did that cross. They did
I
his.
I vaguely remember that.
Mhm.
The most recent one was with Old Town Road.
Oh yeah, with Little Nas and Billy Ray Cyrus.
Yes.
I wanna hold that boat at a open road. I'm going.
Yeah. And nobody knew what he was saying.
Well, he's probably drunk during that time. I mean, I remember someone stating something like when was it like ignorant. What is the ignation? No, when the president gets in. What is that called?
Inauguration.
Inauguration. That's right. I was starting to come up with wrong words. When they ignore.
Inauguration.
God dang it.
When the president got into office.
When the president got and then 10 minutes later, I can't do this no more.
Yep.
Hey Alpha, how are you? Oh no, that's
Hi.
me. Hey Alpha, how are you? Hope you're doing well.
Hey, we were just talking about you.
No, that was Omega. This is the Alpha form of it. The Alpha has come. The
Alpha
Omega
has
is no more.
arrived.
The Alpha, the Omega is no more. No, when the when the president when the president became to be, Billy Ray Cyrus was playing on stage at once, and I think he was so drunk that he couldn't really be coherent, and he just left.
God.
Yeah. Yeah, but no, the one with Nelly and Tim McGraw was ages ago. It was like, it's all in my head. I figure out over and over again. But that was a
I
long
bet
time ago.
Bearded, my husband, knows what it is.
Yeah, it's weird to try bringing rap and country together because it's like it could work, but I'm feeling a little off on this remark.
Mm-hmm.
But it worked at the
I'm
time.
trying to think. Somebody, one other country star, and it was early 2000s, I want to say. Who was it? I'll remember later. But
Ooh.
you're right. Some of them, like, it can go either way.
Mm,
Like it can be a great country rap or a good rap country.
hmm
And then some of them, they're like, I think they were just desperate for something to be put out.
Yeah, well, or it's just try something different, which is always a what is it? It's always a risk in itself.
Yeah.
Was probably one of the most big on stage mishaps. Yeah, it was because he was like he was mumbling something, and then he just left. I'm like, what? What the? He must have been so drunk because he looked so bearded and all this. And then he just leaves. And I was like, what the heck happened here? But then again, when you sing a song with Lil Nas, I mean, after a while, who knows what's gonna happen? Um, but yeah, that's just one of those things. But I'm not against musical combinations. I mean, like you have R&B and all this stuff. It's just one of those things. Like it hits the ear and it's like, I don't think that sounds right. What is that?
Jason Aldean and somebody.
Jason Aldean. Well, I can look it up. Let's see,
At least I
Jason
want to say it was Jason Aldean. And
Aldean country rap. Dirt Road Anthem song. Oh, here I'll show you because this is what it's bringing up.
so I want to
Uh,
maybe I think that was at my kind of party.
it became a significant hit, reaching number 1 on the Billboard Hot Country Songs chart and peaking
Yeah,
at number 7. Aldean described it
that's
as a song.
right. Early 2000s.
It's actually 2011.
Yeah, that's when my daughter was born.
There you go. Aldean described it as a song that talks about rural life, but in a different way, emphasizing his country roots despite the rap influence.
Yes, his was the one that I was thinking of. I
Well,
don't remember. I don't know how that just popped in my head, but it was the first one that I ever heard that had incorporated something other than blues, bluegrass, jazz, or things like that. I think it trumps the time.
oh, Ludacris. So he was with Ludacris.
Yeah,
for that one.
Ludacris.
Here we go. So here's some country. Hey, what?
And
Why was it locked?
then
Why'd you get
there's
locked out? That's awful. I think it trumps the time Bridget Nielsen accepted an award offered Tree on Coke. Whoa,
Jesus.
jeez. Talk
That
about
is so special.
crazy. Okay, so we got Dirt Anthem Road remix by
Yeah.
Jason Aldean and Ludacris. We got Over and Over. That's the one I was talking about. Tim
Yeah.
McGraw and Nelly, 2004. God dang, that's a long time ago. Cruise by Florida
Yeah.
Georgia Line and Nelly, 2013. High Horse by Nelly, Breland, and Blanco Brown. It's a weird name to have, Blanco Brown. Son of a Dirty South by Jelly Roll and Brantley Gilbert.
Oh,
Jelly Roll's not a bad singer.
he is not. And,
Mhm.
he,
Brock, what's wrong with Jelly Roll? What you got against Jelly Roll? What's going on here?
I love Jelly Roll. He's a cool dude. His
Yeah.
wife's pretty awesome too.
Hey, nothing wrong with that. Broadway Girls by Morgan Wallen and Little Dirk.
Well,
Little.
why did see my all right, music artists, rap artists. What is the whole little thing? Are you trying to project something?
I have no idea.
I've never understood why they want to be called little. And I don't think a lot of these newer artists are like, oh, Lil. It sounds cool, but it is I don't want to say it is a shortened version of little. It is the lazy way to say little.
It's you almost sound like you're a teacher at this point. It's like, look, guys, whoosh, that's not how you say the word. Um, then you have Beauty and the Beach. Oh, by Russell Dickerson
Dickerson and
and
Florida.
Florida.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, Florida.
Flowrider, that's right. And 2023, Justified and Ancient by Tammy Wynette and the KLF. That just 1991. What?
Oh my god, that was long. Okay.
That's the winner right there. That's old. That's old.
Oh, really?
Superman by Willie Nelson and Snoop Dogg. What the what? Oh, this makes sense. 2008 collaboration featured both good artists
They were
singing.
probably both very high when they did this song.
Marijuana was involved. The bluesy number with acoustic guitar and harmonica was short but entertaining track. Ah, well,
Along some of the other stuff.
along with other stuff.
Violin.
Along with some others, but dabbling in old Hank Williams. I heard some people like old Hank Williams. And then the last one is Both of Us by B.O.B. and Taylor Swift. This 2012. These collaborations showcase the versatility and creativity that can rise when country and hip hop artists come together, producing some of the most memorable and successful songs. I mean, I didn't know anything about the 1991 though, so I don't know how memorable that is.
Yeah, some of it I kind of remember, but a lot of these just over the head.
But they don't even have Old Town Road on here. What?
Yeah,
oh, they probably did like the top 7. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm not surprised.
But there it is. Old
I'm
Town
going
Road.
to tell you, the only reason Old Town Road became popular was because of the TikTok dance.
I believe it. Country rap and pop country are gay. Well, you know what? A lot of people have made money off it. So, are you gay when you make a lot of money? That's the real question. Are you gay when you make a lot of money? If you make a lot of money, you're gay. If you make if you make a lot of oh, well, we got an answer. There you go. Yes, if you make a lot of money, it doesn't matter. You're gay. If you're a millionaire or a billionaire or even just have that extra 100 you won from the lottery, you're gay because you made a lot of money. Should have just kept going with the song. If you make a lot of money. Yes, you're gay.
Well, I would love to stay, but I've got to go make my family some dinner.
Oh my gosh. All right. Well, how we're going to do it is because you're cutting out. What's going to happen is we're going to end with promoting ourselves, obviously, but we're going to do the Darachat wrap up earlier. And if you make a lot of money being gay, you're still gay. That's my point. Well, you know what? Then we're all just a bit gay, aren't we? Because yeah. But anyway, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna do the self promotion stuff. We're gonna do the ending stuff so that way she can go, and then after that we're gonna go into the Darachat wrap up. It's sort of my thing to try to because I'm in the creator program because I do like 30 minutes to 45 minutes for the after show because I know some people do like an hour here and then an hour after. This is more of after stuff. So if you want to stay for that.
I would, but it's almost 8:00 here.
I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about them.
Oh, yeah, y'all stay. Y'all don't follow me nowhere.
And Omega's chat's probably other places too. Yes, because she's the best mod ever. It's a lie. It's all a dirty lie.
Shut up.
You're a dirty son of a bitch. I'll tell you what. But anyway, before we end with the lovely Smay and then go straight slide right into that wrap up session, we're gonna do promotion stuff, and we're gonna talk about tomorrow's guest, and then we're gonna go into questions from Matt. So Smay, you know how it works. Drop the beat.
Smay 2010 here on Rumble. Smay 2010 _ Rumble on Twitter. That's where you can find me.
Mm-hmm. And her throne. She has a throne too.
Oh. Yeah. You can find Smay 2010 on Throne too. But I'm not going to guilt you. But there are some things that are not on there for me. They're on there for my daughter.
Oh, okay.
So, and they're even in little categories.
So what you're saying is you're using other people to pay for your daughter's birthday presents. I get it.
Basically, yeah. Hey, this is life winning decisions. If I can save my bank account so I can get her something really great for Christmas,
there you go.
Goals.
Mama's gonna be like, I gotta roll the money. I gotta get it in to get the birthday presents. I gotta get the win.
Let's make 2010 anywhere.
Mhm.
And eventually I'll change my about me info in here.
Yeah.
And put in all the links.
Yeah. But her links are down. Hit me up if you want to hire the best mod on Rumble. Well, I mean, I'm looking at you, so I mean, obviously, you must be the best if you're trying to, again, it's like he's trying to pimp you all. But anyway,
in the best possible way, because I won't do it. I'm too nice.
So I try to be nice too, but there's only so many buttons you can push. But anyway, her links are down below. Go check them. Whether on the Rumble side, whether on the YouTube side, go down there, check them out. Lovely lady, great time. Wish she could stay more, but she's got family to feed. Her husband is doing secret text messages and saying, I am hungry, feed me now. Stuff like that. We'll have her next time. It's okay. She's always welcome back. But yes, her links are down below, so go and check them out. If she's worth the follow, why not give it to her, right? If she's worth it, go for it. But anyway, from my end of things, yes, I am important too. All right, not just Miss What About face here. All right, you know what I'm saying. But anyway, from my end, I can do it good too, can't I? But anyway, I've had practice as a child. I was on the street. It's called Sesame Street, but you'll get the idea. But anyway, whether you're on the Rumble side, whether you're on the YouTube side, doesn't matter which side you're on. If you wouldn't mind leaving a like, leaving a like, sharing the content, leaving a comment or follow. I almost forget that. Anything that helps with the engagement factor is much appreciated because not only does it help in being seen more, like all creators do, it also helps in having other people on as guests, like Hemp, like Smay, like the old lady with the one eye that just looks a little weird at you, but she's still fun to talk to anyway. UB Legend, Budget himself. Is that Miss McGee on there? Oh my gosh! Oh. I've had over 170 different people, whether creator or not. It does not matter. And all it matters is if you're willing to take. I get that. Thank you for helping me out. I'll never get through that.
I'll just go bye.
Anyway, it doesn't matter whether you're a creator or not, as long as you're willing to take up the opportunity to come on. So any help with the engagement factor is much appreciated. Again, there's a link down below. You can check out my other stuff. It'll take Twitter X, email. I have a link to my Discord, but that's mostly just for DMing. Again, if you want to take up the opportunity to come on yourself, guess what? There's a comment section down below on either end, or there is a link down. There's a link down. There's a link down below. There's a link down below that you can click on. You can find me a place. There's only been one person who's gone through my links to find me, and it was a Canadian. I'm disappointed in you Americans. Really, I'm American, and I'm disappointed. It took a Canadian to get to me through my links. Never forget that. But anyway, any help with the engagement factor and links down below, I appreciate you all. And of course, of course, tomorrow at 7 p.m. I have my Pay It Forward stream, number 49. I'm not that old, but that's how many paid streams I've had. So come for that. That's where I go around to the Rumble live stream section at 7 p.m. Eastern. When I go around, I show a little love, encouraging words, some donos, all that stuff. So if you want to come around and join me along for that ride, like a limousine going on the rainbow. There's that. I tried to paint a picture. But anyway, that's at 7 p.m. Eastern. And I have a guest on at 8 p.m. Eastern. His name is Clifton. Very ginger bearded man. So if you want to see a ginger bearded man appear on screen, abracadabra, he'll be on tomorrow. But anyway, that's starting at 7. How do you like them apples, kids? It's starting at 7 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. And then my guest comes on, Clifton, at 8 p.m. Eastern. Hope to see y'all there. And of course, the last thing I do with my guest, Shazami, something like that. It is questions from a hat. So I bought a hat from Rumble, and I've stuck some questions in it.
Oh, nice.
So what happens is that you, my guest, right? You get two freebie questions, right? You get two freebie questions. However, if people want more than those two, you gotta cough up a rant. Now, I'm not monetized on YouTube, guys, so sorry. That's the way it works. But I'm on the Rumble side, and I'm monetized. So if you want to see more than the 2 questions pulled, and I bet you your husband's like, no, she doesn't need more questions pulled, you just got to give a Rumble rant. Doesn't matter the amount. You just have to give a Rumble rant. So let's go for the first question. All right? Not looking in there, putting my hand in there like it's one of those spaghetti things. Like, oh, do you feel the snake? Like, there's a snake. No, it's just
it's guts.
It's all guts. All right, here's the first one. And it says, what's your favorite way to unwind after a long day? See, that rhymed.
That would be laying down on my bed, on my stomach, doom scrolling TikTok for at least 30 minutes.
While she passes wind.
No, that's my husband's job.
Oh, ooh. But no, that's pretty. I figured that'd be most people at this point because I'd like to take a nap too, but I'll save that for the weekend. I like sleeping in on the weekends. I like sleeping in.
Yeah, I'd rather sleep in than take a nap.
Yeah. Oh, it's 10 a.m. I don't have to go to work. Stuff like that. Why does it sound like there's an animal inside the house? Mom!
Go wake him up. He's snoring again. Battery's killing the rodents.
All right, here's number 2. Since no one's giving a Rumble rant. What's the weirdest food combination you secretly love?
Hold on. I know the answer to this question.
Ooh. Tell us.
That would be, I don't know if it's weird, but it's hot, crunchy chili oil mixed with cottage cheese and eaten on a deli slice of salami.
Oh, come on. I know.
You asked.
Sorry,
Bearded, we need to know more.
I didn't ask. It was the hat, so blame the hat. And thank you for that, Alpha. There you go, right there. Alpha has paid for another question to be pulled from the hat. So here we go. Not even looking in the hat. Not even looking at the hat. There's a hat. Where's it at? Okay. Here's the third question. Thank you, Alpha. What's the best piece of advice you've ever received?
The best. Fire outside the fireplace is dangerous. It sounds silly, and it was a time early on when Bearded and I were together, and we were going through something, and it was his mom who gave me this advice.
Yeah.
And its definition to me has evolved throughout my life. And probably what I connected to most is looking at, if you're a married man, married woman, searching for content on the internet that your significant other is not a part of can lead to a forest fire.
And as the wise bear said, only you can prevent forest fires.
Exactly.
And so that's how we'll end it for that. But again, guys, there is the wrap up after. Again, this is my premium part of it. So in order to be part of it, you have to have Rumble Premium. I know people are like, well, I don't want this thing to be part of the creator program. Look, I didn't set the rules. This is part of the ordeal. If you don't want to, that's fine. Guess what? You've already had the whole show as is. This is just a little extra to tide you over if you want. So if you want to see what I look like without glasses and a hat, guess what? It's on the premium part of it. But only in the premium part of it. I'm not doing all these things for free. Okay. Daddy gotta make bread too. Okay. But anyway, yes, whether you're on the Rumble side, whether on the YouTube side, you do have to be Rumble Premium in order to watch it. It's part of the rules. So there's that. But if not, at least you get the full show. And don't worry, it's just another 30 to 45 minutes. I'm not going to stay all night talking about what I'm not going to be like a gossip girl, okay? In high school. Like, oh my gosh, did you see Timmy? So there's stuff like that. But anyway, so how I end the show is with, as you just saw earlier with the song, I end the show with, I got to find it first. One Day With You by Pogo. I hope to see you all tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern for the 49th Pay It Forward stream. And then, of course, at 8 p.m. Eastern with my guest, Clifton. Thank you, everyone in chat. And, of course, thank you, Smay. Thank you for giving me some of your time. And thank you for coming on. You are always welcome to come back on, of course, because the conversation never ends. It just stops for a while. So, anyway, again, Darachat wrap-up is after this song is over with. So, do not leave if you want to stay for that. That's only if you have Rumble Premium, though. That's only if you have Rumble Premium. So, if you want to be for that, Rumble Premium you got to have. Part of the ordeal. But anyway, guys, see you tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern. Have a great night. And again, One Day With You by Pogo. Bye, guys.